Hi, good morning, folks. Nick Reagan here from our first alert desk for our 5 on 5 plus 5 minutes local news and headlines brought to you from our Live 5 newsroom here in West Ashley. Well, we're going to start today with some Murdaugh news. Happening today, a judge is going to hear from one of the jurors from the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial. Now, a full-scale hearing about the allegations that Colleton County Clerk of Courts Becky Hill interfered with the jury in last year's 6-week trial begins on Monday. Retired Chief Justice Jean Toll, she will hear from a single juror today because of a scheduling conflict on Monday with that juror. Now, Murdaugh's lawyers, they say in September that the elected official asked jurors whether Murdaugh was guilty or innocent and then told them not to believe Murdaugh's testimony and pressured jurors to reach a guilty verdict for her own profit. Now, the judge is not allowing any of the jurors' testimony today to be reported on until Monday, when the full hearing can take place, as to not taint the testimony from the rest of the jury. We do have a reporter who will be listening in. They'll bring us the latest later tonight, or at least what we can report. Well, a new ruling, a jail phone call made by a mass murder suspect in Colleton County, will now be made public. Right now, Ryan Manigo is facing charges after 6 people were found dead in the Green Pond area, a home up in there, after a house had caught fire. Now, media outlets, including us here at Live 5, requested the calls be made, from Colleton to Clareton County jails under the Freedom of Information Act, but Manigo's legal team, they filed an appeal to stop them from coming out. They argued that the calls were not public information because the private company working for the sheriff's office records, maintains, and collects all of those calls. A circuit court judge had initially ruled to block the release of the calls that Manigo made in jail until this new hearing could happen. So we will be getting a hold of those calls at some point here. The North Charleston Police Department says a man has been arrested on gun and drug charges following a traffic stop. This is Sadiq Andrews. He's facing numerous charges, including unlawfully carrying a gun and drug possession, after officers say they found stolen debit cards, illegal guns, and narcotics in his car. On Wednesday, Andrews was pulled over because his car had an illegal tint on the windows. Police tell us they smelled marijuana, and that's when they searched the car. Andrews was booked into the Charleston County Jail and has since posted nearly an $80,000 bond. All right, well, here's something that we've been following through some of our special reporting and our investigative reporting. There's a crackdown on confiscated cell phones in the state's penitentiary system. Now, the state's director of the Department of Corrections, Brian Sterling, says a new FCC order barring service to contraband phones in jail is working at Lee Correctional. In fact, he posted a video on his Twitter account, or rather his X account, I should say, showing an inmate calling a customer service, trying to get the service turned back on to that phone. Let's take a listen to a little bit of that audio right now.
You tell me exactly what your computer is telling you.
Yes, this is the notice that I have right here. T-Mobile has been ordered to disable service to the account because it has been associated with a contraband device. Questions about the discontinuation of service can be addressed to South Carolina Department of Corrections, and there's a hotline given. So that's all.
Well, thank you, sir. And what can I do to get it cut back on?
You can simply go to T-Mobile store and ask them how can you retrieve the account. That's all I can suggest, actually, as of now.
Okay.
All right, well, evidently he won't be able to make it into that phone store because they're behind bars. Now, I'm told that inmates are, or rather phones that are disconnected from service, are still able to reach 911 and customer service, which is why you were able to hear that phone call taking place. They were trying to get that phone reconnected. All right, well, let's take a look outside and get a look at your weather here. You can see kind of overcast out there. Let's check in with our First Alert weather team and meteorologist, Joey Sovine.
All right, good Friday morning to you, meteorologist Joey Sovine here. As we start out with some areas of fog near the coast, will be a mostly cloudy day, small chance of a shower, but very warm temperatures. That's big story. Record high is 80 degrees. We'll be close to that this afternoon, the upper 70s to around 80. That's for inland areas. Will be cooler in the 60s out at the beaches. 75 tomorrow. We'll maintain about a 20% chance of rain today and tomorrow. So it looks pretty good for your weekend plans. Just keep the umbrellas close by just in case. There could be some rain very early, most likely before sunrise on Sunday. High around 69 Sunday, then cooler early next week with highs closer to 60.
All right, thank you, Joey. Well, let's turn to politics now. Nikki Haley, coming off of her event in North Charleston, she will be headed out to the college, rather to Coastal Carolina University, excuse me. She is seeking to gain some traction as a tough loss in New Hampshire to former President Donald Trump is still lingering behind her. Now, the event, it kicks off at 5 in the afternoon inside CCU's William Bryce building. Prior to the event, Haley will speak at Malden High School in Greenville County. That is 6 p.m. on Saturday. She's not the only political heavyweight in the state, though. The First Lady, the Palmetto State, rather, will be welcoming the First Lady, Jill Biden. She'll be campaigning for her husband today. The FLOTUS is making her way to Columbia this evening to headline a South Carolina Educators for Biden-Harris campaign event. That'll go from 4 to 6 p.m. Biden also plans to attend the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority's annual Pink Ice Gala. This is her first visit to South Carolina since the start of the new year. Well, how about some stuff to do this weekend? Looking ahead, the Charleston Boat Show is making a return this weekend. The show kicks off at noon today and will feature 80 brands of boats on display, ranging from power boats to yachts and ski boats. This year, some of Charleston's best chefs will show attendees how to cook some delicious seafood recipes, so something fun to do there. The show is being held at the Charleston Area Convention Center and will run through Sunday, and maybe something for the ladies here as well. It's time for Charleston's Winter Wine Festival. You can sip and sample over 50 different types of wine, ciders, and beers at 2 different sessions tomorrow. You can enjoy the event either noon to 4 or 6 to 10. It'll be held at Festival Hall, and of course you can find tickets online. So a little something for everybody this weekend, whether you want to go and check out the boat show or maybe have a glass of wine in Charleston. Lots to do. That is it here from our First Alert Desk. I've been Nick Reagan. This has been 5 on 5 Plus. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you right back here on Monday morning.